Hey guys, Kevin here. I just wanted to continue a conversation that we've been having over the past few weeks. We've been talking about auto insurance for the past, it's been 3 weeks, and I wanted to shift that conversation just a little bit and talk about an important type of insurance that people don't typically like to talk about, and that's life insurance. And so, over the next few weeks, I just want to give a little bit of handles for life insurance, just to talk about some things to consider, and also some types of life insurance that is out there as well. But today, let me just throw this at you. I want to throw 6 essential questions to ask before you get life insurance. And so I'm going to go through these just very, very quickly. So question number 1 is this, guys, is will anyone in your life be impacted financially when you die? Let me ask that again. Will anyone in your life be impacted financially when you die? So think about that question for a minute. Let's say, do you have any sort of debt, whether it's student loans or credit card debt or a house note or anything like that, that would that debt would still be in place and would be passed on to your loved ones when you die. And so if that question is yes, then you definitely want to continue on with that life insurance conversation. Also, something to think about, and this really applies to anyone. If you died, who would pay for your funeral? And so who would be responsible for that in your family? So you want to make sure that your family is protected, that they have some money to pull from when something happens. So that's number 1. Number 2, a question to ask is this. Has someone already taken out a life insurance policy on you? Has someone already taken out a life insurance policy on you? A lot of times, maybe your mom or dad or a grandparent, a family member might have already taken out a policy on you when you were younger, and maybe you're not aware of it. That's a conversation you definitely want to have, and you want to see if you already have some coverage in place that you may not know about. And because that consideration will determine the amount of life insurance that you need to get, if you need to get any additional at all. And so question number 3 is this, is that if you have a family, if you were to die, how long would you want them to continue to have your income? How long would you want for them to continue to have your income? Now, that might be a year, that might be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. That's a conversation that you should have with your significant other or your loved one in your family, but because when you pass, that will leave a gap in income, right? And that will leave a need in your family. And so ask them, how many years of income would they like if something happened to you? Question number 4 is this. Does the life insurance policy that you're looking at, does it have living benefits? Now let me just define what living benefits are. That is, let's say for instance, if you were to get some sort of critical illness like cancer or heart attack or some sort of chronic illness such as dementia, Alzheimer's, there are life insurance companies and policies out there that will pay you your death benefit early. So that you can have that money whenever you need it if something happens. And so that is an important part of life insurance. That's something that you want to make sure that the policy that you're looking at has that in place. Or another reason for getting it is, let's say you have a terminal illness of some kind and you want to take out that death benefit early. You want to have access to that money now, whether that's to pay for medical expenses or that's just simply to make memories with your family. And so make sure that your life insurance policy has that in place. So that's question number 4. Number 5 is this, guys, is how much can you budget monthly or annually for life insurance? Because whatever you get, you want to make sure that it fits within your budget, that you have enough every month or enough every year to keep that in place. And so a good general rule of thumb is this, y'all, is that a lot of times 2% of your income would be a good target to allocate towards life insurance. So let's say, for instance, if you made $50,000 a year, $50,000, then 2% of that would be $1,000 a year. And so that would be a good starting point to look at for life insurance. Now, maybe you want to bring that down to 1% or 2%, and it really just depends on what type of policy you want. If you want a temporary policy like a term, or if you want a permanent policy like a whole life or a universal life. So how much can you budget? Whatever you budget, make sure that that is something that you can continue for years and years to come, because a life insurance policy, guys, is a commitment. It's not something you want to let lapse. And so that's question number 5. Last question I have for you is this, is the life insurance company that you're looking at, is it a financially strong national company? Guys, I cannot stress this enough. That you want to make sure that if you are getting a life insurance policy, you want to make sure that that company has the ability to pay out, right? And so you always want to go with a national company that has a strong financial strength rating. Go to a company called AM Best. They rank companies by financial strength. The company that you're looking at should be an A rating. If it is anything below that, guys, you need to run. And so make sure that you're with a national company, that not a local company. Now, just speaking from experience, just in our own family, that we have had life insurance policies that were taken out of local companies that we were not able to use later on because those companies did go out of business and we were not able to access those policies. And so, guys, those are 6 essential questions to ask whenever you're looking for life insurance. I would love to talk to you more about that. And so, but in the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or direct message me. All right, guys, thank you so much.